David, so a 3-0 defeat at home to Runcorn Linnets today. Is it a case of one step forward, 2 steps back for you, or for the team?
More than two. I thought the first half, first 45 minutes was inexcusable. I thought we were miles away from another Premier League side. I thought we lacked heart, desire, passion, work rate. Don't think we won a meaningful second ball. We certainly didn't play football. Came at our time and said the 3 bits of the game in possession, out of possession, in transition were terrible all 3. So I'd say it's more than 2 steps back. I think that's genuinely as bad as we've been all season.
Are you disappointed with the whole first half? Is it, I suppose the manner of the 3 goals you conceded were all sort of preventable.
Massively. Linnets haven't come and opened us up with brilliant football or great individualism. They've taken the goals well, they put balls into areas and asked questions. But to be honest, they've just outworked us. They've just outforced us. They've shown more desire and guile than us. When they turned us, and they had players breathing down the neck. When we tried to turn them, we chipped it up in the air, and O'Mahony or Wiley came in and did clear. We didn't do any part of the game right, and they did. Football's simple. Football in all the Premier League, do your basics right. Do your basics right consistently and then play. They did the basics right and then got the 3 goals as we were all for it. We didn't. We were miles off.
Is it disappointing in terms of going forwards and not? I think we had one shot on target today, and it just nothing seemed to link together going forwards either, as well as defensively.
You've got to have the ball to go forward, and to get the ball, you've got to tackle, and we didn't do that. We didn't tackle. We didn't fall on the second ball. But we had a spell in the second half where we had a little bit of relentlessness, where we actually had the ball in their final third. Frankly, by that point, they could have gone home. They'd won the game. I think within that spell, we had a ball across the box that Umar would normally finish. Didn't quite get a good enough connection on it. We had a couple of opportunities where we could have put balls into the box or put decent balls into the box, but didn't get them the end of it. There's a difference there. Their centre halves ready nose and getting something on them. Our centre halves didn't today.
How do you fix that? Is it just about getting people to work hard, or you've brought a couple of players in? Is there an eye on more of that, or?
The reality is nobody's going to come in before next Saturday. There were no 7 days notice in the frame. This isn't a time to go and try and get a loan play from Football League club. It's very unusual we get a Kai Payne in that. And I have asked, can I have Kai Payne? But no. So realistically, you're going to take 17, 18-year-old and throw them into men's football for the first time. That's not where we are at the moment. So realistically, it's the 16 who were there today, plus the 4 or 5 who missed out. They worked hard in the week in training, but they've got stage fright. They look scared today. So this back to basics in training. We're going to smash balls at them. We're going to get them to edit. We're going to get them to work. And if they don't want to do that, then they'll come and stand with me, and somebody else will go there. So I'll find somebody who will edit and kick it and run. I don't really care about the other side of the ball. It doesn't make, if you don't stay in the game, it doesn't matter. So we're going to work hard and make sure we stay in the game against an Avro side who won 4-3 at League today, an Avro side who are flying, who are confident, who will ask lots of questions. We know we've got good front 3, we know we've got hard work in midfield. We can't, if we turn like we did today, we'll get bullied again. We'll get bullied off the pitch, and we'll get out football, and we'll get out for. And so that isn't acceptable. I don't mind players making mistakes, trying to do things with the football, over in a pass or putting a shot wide. I don't mind that. But to just be outworked, that's the very, very simplest thing. To track a runner, you teach that to under 10s. To anticipate your centre half not winning a header and getting around and covering. To anticipate that your centre forward might flick it on. Everything we did in the first 45 minutes, we were on the back foot.
And to try and take some sort of positives out of today's game, you brought Ben Darby on for his debut today, and he made an impact on the game.
I thought Ben did really well. It was a horrible situation to go into, but he went to break things down. He anticipated. He did everything that we didn't do in the first half. He was playing on the front foot. He was anticipating things. He was showing aggression to go and win the ball. He wanted to get on the ball. I thought he did. I thought he did well. I would almost certainly say he'll start next week on the basis of that performance. I think that's deserved. I don't think many others, maybe other than Umar, I will say that about after today. We really do have to look at what we've got and try and put something together for next week that just does the basics right. and we aren't at that point. We've talked about playoffs, and we've talked about trying to build on what we've done last season. With the way we've been for the last few days, not just the results and performances, but over the last few games, I think we need to be looking the other way and making sure that we're hard to beat and we don't get dragged into a relegation fight. Get the ship steadied, and if that means looking to bring a couple in and moving a couple on, we will. The challenge is always targeting the right players at this stage. But we need to players who are up for the fight, and if they're not up for the fight, then they're no good to us.
And some more positive news with Andy Keogh being on the bench today, and Eden seems to be doing a bit more exercise on the pitch before the game.
Yeah, Keogh's fit. He trained Thursday. We thought the physicality at that point of his game was a bit more direct. Thought he might offer a different option than Alfie. Didn't quite work out, but it was good to have him back. Eden's probably should be joining the training on Tuesday, so he should be available for next weekend. The bad news is that Bailey Marsden broke down in training on Tuesday, so it's now looking like he'll be out for a good while. So we might not see him for a few months, based on the diagnosis. We're just waiting for a scan. So some positives, some negatives, but that's what we've got. That's the squad we've got to work with. So they're the ones who we need a reaction from. You
said before about looking below us and making sure we don't get sucked into a relegation battle, which is understandable, but do you take any solace from the fact that it is a remarkable league this year, in that everyone seems to be beating everyone, and a few wins can take you right back in there and build that confidence and take that away?
Not really. You're right, anybody can beat anybody, and two or three, a run of 2 or 3 wins will put you right back in the pack at this stage. It's still only November, it's still relatively early days. But consistently doing the basics well, turning up and consistently wanting to work harder than your own man and be willing to put a foot in, we couldn't do that. We did it for the second 45, we didn't do it for the first 45. And frankly, in the second 45, I'm not sure the Linnets were 100% why would they be with 3-0 up. So you're not. It's almost more frustrating that we actually were better in the second half, because that shows just a bit of a lack of character in the first. And as for a reaction at half time, in here, I asked, but the players knew. There was no reaction. There was nothing from the players. They knew they weren't good enough. Maybe that's half the battle, but they need to fix it. Because at the moment we've got a talented squad that isn't going to achieve anything because they just don't do the basics well enough. And if you look at any side that wins anything, they've got the right mentality. They've got the mentality to not let their man get the goal side of them, to not let their man win a 50-50. And we haven't got that mentality at the moment.
And you come up against a team at the weekend who have got that mentality in spades, judging off the form they've been in this season and the way they've took to the league this year.
Because they've recruited a load of experienced players who are winners. They've got the mentality. They've recruited well. I thought we had. I now question it. I think there were some of the players I would definitely swap. Obviously, but you look around the league, players who you might not have some of the ability of some of the players sat in our dressing room, some of the technical ability, but who are winners, who want to go out on Saturday and not lose a game of football. Players who it hurts to not win, and I'm not sure if it hurts everybody enough. I think there are too many who are comfortable turning up with normal Premier League footballer in the bio on Twitter and going applauding the fans at the end of the game and having all that bit and looking the part without actually having earned it. Honestly, I feel like that this is as bad as we've been in my 3 and a bit years at the club, because I've always felt previously that there were things that we can change tactically or things that we can do in the setup or the preparation. But I don't know what we can do differently. I thought we set up really well in terms of training in the week. We worked towards this game very specifically. We had Linnets watch. We knew how we would play. We had the players saw the report on that. We built set pieces around that. The team saw it was around that. I'm not sure what more we could do other than literally change 9 personnel today to people who wanted it more. And that's just a difficult place to be in, because it feels like that bit is a little bit outside of your control. You can influence tactics, I can influence team selection, but I can't influence what people do that much once them over the white line and how much they've got the will to win.
Thanks, David.
Right, cheers, Nathan.